Hi guys, this is Androidpipe.com and I'm here with a game called PES Club Manager. It's available for free in the Play Store, comes from Konami, and it's a club manager that's based on the PES series, the famous rival of FIFA. I'm playing it on the Huawei Honor 4X, and the game should take about 1 GB of space. There's a lot of stuff to do here. You can train your youth, develop your players, actually play some games, but only via strategy, not actual gameplay control. Okay, so let's see what we're dealing with here. You got your club here, you got your currencies here, special currencies, and this is the energy meter. So from what I can see, you can play about 5 games, and then you have to wait for this meter to load. You got your news section, where I'm going to find out that I got my reward for logging in every day. Sponsor reward also checked, some news, a bid for a player was rejected, okay, so couldn't buy that player. This is where you can edit your team. This is the setup we're using right now, and we got the famous Lewandowski here from Bayern Munich and some other players. One of them is injured and has to heal for a couple of matches. Here are the stats. Of course you can change positions however you want, but you have to keep the ideal position of the player. He's only good at some areas. Okay, then there's player management, where you can view your list of players and also go to the market and buy players, or better said bid for them. This is the bidding list. Here you got the time till the bid expires, their stars, their level, the amount of money they want, and usually my bids got rejected so far. Okay, then you can scout for players, but that's a bit expensive because it costs you quite a few of this special currency called P. It's a very complex game. There's a lot of stuff to do, including building things in your, let's say, campus. You don't only have a stadium, you have an entire city. So to say, we got medical facilities to upgrade, resources to collect, including cash. And these resources, we got a stadium, youth academy, fan club, scouting agency, office, R&R facilities, and all of them provide you with resources that you need. You can even get a 3D view of these buildings, and then let's go back. Then we got player development, where you can choose a player, do some special training with him, one of these aspects, or select the regular type of training he's going to do with a focus on balance, physical, speed or technique, depending on what he's weak about. Okay, then we got the youth team, from which you can promote players. You can also train them, increase their level, and when they're ready, they can go to the big team. We got achievements that offer us some of those freemium currencies that are so hard to come by. Okay, I have scored quite a few goals so far. You can add friends, you can view the standings. So in this league I am on the first place with 12 wins, 3 draws and no losses so far. That's good. 30 goals scored, 5 taken, and let's play the next game. Okay, that's the rival, FC Dijon from France. Those are the stats. They're simply poor in attack. They're using a possession game, so I'm better off not trying to outpossess them, but rather try to throw some long balls for Lewandowski at the front. Okay, so they're into possession. That's why I'm going to maybe get some speedy wings that will send the ball to Lewandowski. I see that we have some tired players, these ones with yellow, that should be replaced. Replacing this one here. And Verratti from PSG, last I checked. Let's replace him with some other guy who is not that tired. With this one, we also have a center back who is tired. Replace him with this one, and the left back, for which we don't have a sub. Let's see what we can use here. Maybe use this one this time. And try an experiment with this guy as a left back, although it should be weird. Okay, kickoff time. So as you can see, I'm playing with 2 wings and a striker forward, and in the middle not so much action, not so much possession, and the actual game can either be viewed as a 2D simulation or a 3D one. It lasts about, let's say, 3 or 4 minutes, and let's see what's happening here. Of course, Lewandowski is hugely efficient, just like in real life. Okay, so this is the 2D view. The game speed can be set to 3 times, 1 time or 2 times. So far so good. You can choose between possession game or counter-attack. I'm going with counter-attack because they're all about possession. Short passing or long passing. You can opt for a middle or a wide attack. I'm going wide because I have those wings. And frontline pressure or all-out defense, or aggressive and conservative. Let's turn up the heat, start an all-out attack. And that was a goal. Okay, you can also opt for 3D visuals. It's 1-0 for me. And I noticed that in the 3D visual mode, the time seems to be running a little slower. And that was an attempt on goal from me. Right now we're in the attack mode. You can also go to the defensive mode if you feel threatened, but this is a weaker team, so we shouldn't have any problems. Provided that they don't catch me off guard and score a goal. And that's dangerous, okay. Let's go to 2D again, because that makes the time fly faster. And let's maybe turn down the heat, because we have 1-0. And it's best to keep it that way. Those little blue guys are my players. They seem a bit hesitant. Now we have a throw-in, or better said, they have a throw-in. You can view here the condition of the players. Red is bad. You can also edit the team, which means you can change players if they're feeling tired. This one is already tired, although it's only the first half, so he's not very fit. Approaching the half time. A goal would be good now, but that was offside. And it's half time, 1 minute added. It's done. Okay, I'm surprised that Lewandowski didn't score, or did he? Wasn't exactly paying attention. We seem to have possession, 2 shots on target, the enemy has none, the same pass is completed, and the stats are like this. And let's see what we can change here. So we got a very tired guy, this midfielder here. So maybe we need someone else up front. But we don't have much of a choice here. Lewandowski is also tired, but we leave him on a bit more. Maybe we'd put this guy in for a bit, and as I said, leave the striker on for now. Okay, time for the second half. This game is very addictive, it's really well done. I actually have no objections here. It's available for free in the Play Store, which is a big advantage. It's certainly worth taking up 1 GB of space. It's very complex. You have a youth team, you can buy and sell players, you have entire seasons available here. And from what I know, you should be able to get about 5,000 original players from real life. And also some original teams, and I mean licensed players, of course. Still waiting for that second goal, doesn't seem to be coming, so let's start tagging a bit more. Now it's a counter attack, and nope, no goal here, so maybe it's time for a change. Let's change the striker with this one here, and maybe one of the wings, because they feel a bit tired, but I don't have other wings, so I guess I'm going to have to be happy with that. Okay, one last attempt to score a goal. It was a very close one. We're in the 77th minute, close to the end of the match. It happened to me that I got to score very late in a match, almost in the last seconds, so it can be done. These guys seem to defend really well. And another attempt. They're really getting tired. Let's go to 3D visuals. And that's it. That should be the end of the match any minute now. And that's their last attempt at a goal. And guess what? They just scored. And that's probably the final score. Still undefeated so far. Lots of wins and some draws, and maybe we can see that goal that my player scored. These are their grades, not very high from what I see. Highlights, unavailable for now, anyway, full time. The game is called PES Club Manager. We had a blast playing it, and I'm going to give it a very solid 10 out of 10. If you like football, or better said soccer, it's a must play if you like the strategic aspect of it. We got stadiums, youth players, you got a lot of stuff to upgrade and build near your stadium. We got a league, we have a cup, and a lot of things to tend to, including those ratings and players to sell and buy. Anyway, the grade is 10 out of 10 here at Androidpipe.com. Bye bye!